Denari on the left is a lot darker. So even though these boys are litter mates, they're coming in totally different colors, it makes it easy for us to tell them apart real quick. So the type of training we do here is called positive reinforcement training. And that means we want to reward these guys when they do a good job, when they do what we ask. We want to give them the best reward possible. So do you think we should hug and kiss our lions for doing a good job? Is that what they want?
No.
Do they want chips and a Coke? What do they want? What should we give them for doing a good job? Meat is exactly right. These boys are carnivores, which means they only eat meat. And here at the zoo, each boy eats about 10 pounds of raw meat every single day. Most of it comes in these sort of training sessions. You can see every time they do a good job, their trainers give them a big old meatball for doing what they asked. And like I said, these are behaviors. They're not tricks. We're never going to ask one of our lions to jump through a hoop of fire or ride a bicycle. The things we're having them do in here increase their quality of life at the zoo. So Kamea on the right with Gina is doing an open behavior. And he's been trained to open his mouth and show us all of his teeth. And that's really helpful when you never go in with an animal. We never go in with these lions. But you want to do something simple like, oh, it looks like maybe your gums are swollen. I would really like to get a better look at that. Or here's our vets, and we'd really like them to be able to get a better look at that. It's a lot more stress-free if Kamea already knows to open his mouth, show us his teeth, instead of us having to knock them down for something simple. It's just like, I want to check that. So he's learned that behavior, and he thinks it's a pretty good deal that all he has to do is open his mouth, and he gets a big old meatball. And right there, along the same lines, is we're training Kamea to sit up and put his paws against the mesh. So while it's cute and fun, it also allows us to check those paws. Again, something simple, like, I would really like to see if that's a thorn in your foot. Well, with your dogs at home, you can just go pick up their feet. Here, they have to be trained to put their paws up, and then we can do something like treat a scratch with antiseptic spray, or check to see if it's a thorn or if it's an actual injury, and where we need to go next, as opposed to knocking them down for these simple procedures. So now he just got pistol whipped with a meatball. He's totally unfazed. He's like, that's fine, do you have more? So Denari is learning an open behavior. And so right now our expectations for him are really small. We can't expect him to learn it all in one day. So if Denari opens his mouth at all right now, we're going to reward him heavily. And eventually he will get to the same point as Kamea, where he opens wide and shows us all of his teeth. And right now we're going to do a final behavior. It's very impressive. There we go. So while that's really neat, it's also a great way, again, for us to check their bellies, check their paws, and see how tall they are. See if they want to do it again. Once Denari's ready. He's got to make sure he got every scrap. There we go. Perfect. Perfectly synchronized. Alright, you guys, that's the end of their meet, which means the end of their training. These boys aren't going to work for free. What do you think? Did they do a good job today? I think so too. Alright, you guys, the trainers are going to be up here. I'll be up here if you have any questions. Kamea and Denari will stay in this yard for a little while if we want to get that perfect picture. The girls are on exhibit, and once this is all over, the boys will shift back out with them all together, the rest of them for the day. But thank you guys very much for coming out to the Giants of the Savannah and the Predator demo.
So do you do the same thing with the cheetahs? The same
We do. They're
behaviors?
just really shy, and so we're going to